Let's bring a bit of the real world back into design. Hey, I'm Paul, a creative from Durban, South Africa. I've been a graphic designer and an illustrator for about 18 years now. I always try to include personality in my work. It's a simple approach that makes any kind of project stand out. Doing this sometimes means pushing limits and finding new things to do with familiar tools. This packaging I worked on, for example, where I used an old school technique in a new way. I took a bit of a risk, but it paid off, becoming one of my most successful projects. The hook was these images that appeared to grow out of the coffee rings. This is the focus of today's class. The trick is this little thing, the clone stamp tool. For years, it was the go-to for Photoshop professionals who needed to fix or retouch photos. In this class, you'll learn how to use it as an illustration tool to incorporate real-life textures into your digital designs. Basically, we take a texture and we take some images, then bake them together so that they appear to flourish with a visual narrative. For your class project, you'll create an illustrated postcard for your city. You'll blend texture and images to show us your unique perspective, your favorite places, or interesting things we might not know. Dial in some culture. It's a technique that stands out and gets people asking, how'd they do that? We'll start with familiarizing ourselves with the clone stamp tool by deconstructing the same process used for the coffee packaging I just showed you. Basically, by the end of lesson 4, you'll already have a texture-based illustration to be proud of, a clear understanding of how the clone stamp tool works, and how to manipulate texture to create different forms. Then we're making it personal. We're going to figure out where to source our elements. We need texture and we need imagery that clearly screams, this is where I live. So we'll explore different ways to generate handmade textures using different mediums, get a little bit messy and have a little fun. And we'll also think about our cities. I'll take you through my own. We'll go on a tour of Durban, scavenging for images and ideas. Finally, we'll assemble all our photos, vectors, and textures into an illustration blossoming with imagery. You'll save your project like a pro, and your postcard will be ready for the world. This class is perfect for graphic designers and illustrators, or anybody looking to explore different tools and incorporate a little bit of the real world into digital design. Having some Photoshop experience is helpful, but don't worry. If you're an ambitious beginner, I'll be guiding you through the whole process and providing supporting resources and project files along the way. By the end of it, you'll have a beautiful postcard to represent your city, a new illustration method, and a technique for incorporating real-life textures into your design work that can be applied to just about any graphic design, illustration, or branding project. Sound good? Let's go.